Hey, company for dinner?
Uh-huh.
Who is it?
Fred and Ethel Mertz.
Wait a minute. I thought you said Fred and Ethel had a big fight and they were mad at each other.
They are.
I thought you said they weren't speaking to each other.
They are. Oh! Oh! Why?
What's going on here?
Lucy, let me out of here.
Untie this coat.
Not until you kiss and make up. Well, he should have more consideration. After all, I gave him the best years of my life.
Were those the best?
Now, what are your terms for making up, Ethel?
Well, let him apologize. He started it.
I did not.
You did too start
I did not. I never
All
started
right,
it.
all right. It doesn't matter who started. What matters is how it got started. What was it all about? Well,
I was,
he said, I forget.
So do I.
You see, you can't even remember. I'm sorry, Fred.
I apologize, honey bun. Well, if I remember correctly, you two had your spats.
Well.
Ricky only got to go to the fights with me last month because you weren't speaking to each other.
Oh, yeah.
But it didn't last long.
No, I gave in and put an end to it.
Yeah. You want some more gravy, Ethel? What'd you say, Ricky? You put an end to it. I was the one who gave in.
Oh, pardon me, honey, but I was the one that called the whole thing off, remember?
You? Why, I went all the way down to your club to apologize, remember?
Well, honey, that was after you went down all the way to the club and apologized, after I sent you a dozen roses with a card saying that I was wrong, remember?
Before, darling.
After, baby.
Before, dear.
After, sweetheart. I remember how tough it was to write that card saying that I was wrong when I was right.
Oh, you thought that you were right.
I certainly did, and I still do.
Well, it's good to know that I'm married to a hypocrite.
Hypocrite? What's a hypocrite?
A person who says one thing and means another.
Thanks.
Oh, now, Ricky, take it easy.
She can't talk to me that way.
But she's excited.
That's no excuse.
That's plenty excuse.
And don't you make fun of my English.
That's English.
Sí, inglés lo hablo muy bien, muy perfectamente. Usted no me tiene que decir con rebolico ese que no lo hablo bien.
How dare you say that to me?
What did I say?
I don't know, but how dare you?
I'll show you who gives in first in this family. Mira que me decir a mí que yo no sé hablar inglés cuando lo he estudiado perfectamente en todas las universidades, muchísimos años, y lo hablo mejor que toda la gente que está sentada en la mesa aquí. And whenever you're ready to call me and apologize, you can call me down to the club.
Don't hold your breath.
Ha!
Somebody's revisionist history, isn't it great? So, we started out with Fred and Ethel. They were at odds with each other, and they did have the dinner, but they were just nitpicking and kind of finding their ways to be a bunch of dicks to one another, okay? It went on to where Fred kind of knocked Ethel off the bench that they were sitting on, and that's when they both wanted to leave. So, you saw, they got in the coat, and they were forced to, number one, bring up what the argument was about. And isn't it sometimes the case that you don't even remember, especially when time has passed? Now, the one thing my wife always tells me, whenever we get into it and we take a break, when we come back to it, if one of us wants to try to remember what it was about, my wife always tells me, look, I don't want to argue about the argument. So I think that's very sound advice for any of you that are listening. But then now I got into Lucy and Ricky, because Ricky said he's the one that gave in first. Again, revisionist history. Lucy doesn't see it that way. So, unless you have a third party there, you're really going for the truth. And what is it always said with the truth? It lies between one person, the other person, and then somewhere along in the middle is the truth. So, who knows who was right? At this point, it really doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. One of you has to be big enough to agree with the other. And hey, if the other one's already saying it's their fault, take it. take the win. Why not? What does it matter at this point? It's in the past. Don't revisit it and then they just got into an argument about a previous argument. Follow what my wife says on this one, alright? So, you always gotta try to communicate very well. And maybe, because sometimes I do this, I log it on my phone whenever we have an argument and then figure out, number one, what was the core of the argument? And then, who was right? I'm still waiting to log in when I'm right. Because for all of you that have been watching, my wife always tells me that I'm not wrong. So I haven't heard I'm right in a while. I'm not wrong. But just remember, somebodies, don't argue about the argument. And always try to remember, but if it's in the past, if you can not bring it up, don't do it. It's not worth your time. It's not worth the headache, because you saw Ricky just left and now we're going on a different path with both of them arguing about what already happened. Don't let that happen, somebody. That's not what marriage is about. Both of you need to be adults. Talk it out and just say it doesn't matter. Kiss and make up, and then make up in the bed if that's your liking.
Ever since I've been watching I Love Lucy, I could never understand why Fred and Ethel are married to begin with. He always insults her. He talks about her weight, her looks, this, that, and the other. I don't know why they're married. Granted, I know that time was a different time, but he insults her a lot. And I don't know why she's there. 2, yeah, when you've been fighting for so long, some people actually end up forgetting what the fight was about. So you're fighting about other things just to keep the fight going because they're unhappy and they want to stay in that unhappiness. But when you finally come to your senses and decide to squash it, and yes, someone always has to be the bigger person, but if it's always the same person who's always the bigger person, eventually that's going to get on the person's nerves who always feel like, okay, I'll swallow it, I'll be the bigger person. That thread is going to go pretty thin pretty quick if that's always the case. But in Fred's case, where he brought up Lucy and Ricky's argument, why would you do that? So you get your stuff all straightened out, but then you're going to mess up someone else's marriage in the process too? I'm like, why would you do that? Granted, it was a funny scene, but when Ricky said he gave him, Lucy was like, excuse me, what? You did what now? I thought that was hilarious because, yes, there's always 3 sides to every story. That person's side, your side, and then the truth. So wherever all that lies in beneath, you guys got to figure that out. But if you're always constantly arguing about nothing, that's a sign you shouldn't be together. Sorry to tell you that.